Hello and welcome to my video. Today I'm talking about a MIDI controller that can be used to control any audio plugin in your DAW. Dedicated controllers have been on the market for quite a long time. For example, in my case I use the UC1 and the Nucleus from Solid State Logic. But today we're talking about the Faderfox EC4. A MIDI controller from the company with the same name, Faderfox. And as you can see, it has 16 push rotary encoders and an OLED display for displaying names and values. This device is simply connected to the computer via USB and then appears as a standard MIDI device. It's programmed either via the internal menu or via a browser-based editor. Now, I've been working with Samplitude from Magix for a long time, and I want to show you what's possible with the Faderfox in this DAW. As you can see here, I have set up the Faderfox as an additional controller in Samplitude, and now I open my standard template with tracks, buses, auxiliaries, and of course my favorite plugins. And as we can see here, I've put an acoustic guitar onto a track. And perhaps now I want to add some reverb, and I take my favorite reverb, the Relab LX480. I turn up the auxiliary. Okay, there it is. And now the Faderfox comes into play to control the parameters, for example the reverb time, or maybe the pre-delay. Okay. Now on another auxiliary I have the QuantX reverb as a standard for ambiances in small rooms, and I also set that up on the Faderfox. And as you can see, I can change the parameters as well. Now, in Samplitude this works with pretty much any plugin. Perhaps we can have a third example with a transient shaper from Softube. And I'm gonna change the sustain. Okay. So far it works quite well, and the EC4 has become a permanent part of my studio setup. But not everything is perfect. Let's talk about some cons, some disadvantages. For example, at the moment programming still takes a lot of time, and you have to set up every parameter with a learning function in Samplitude. Also, you have to keep a constant number of tracks in your project so that the plugins can be addressed correctly. And with other DAWs, it may not work at all. Please leave me a comment if you tried Faderfox on other platforms. Further on, the Faderfox editor is still quite rudimentary. You can rename the parameters, but there are no units such as dB or milliseconds, or even user-defined scales. But I hope the video made the potential of the device clear. And the CEO at Faderfox told me that a further development of the EC4 is being planned. And I also heard from the plugin company Relab that they like the idea of a hardware controller. So I'm excited to see what the future brings. That's it from me. Take care and see you soon.